Today, we are diving deep into one of the most intense showdowns in all of ancient literature. We're talking about the book of Job, specifically the moment where Job, a man who has lost absolutely everything, finally makes his stand. This is his closing argument against his friends, against his fate, and maybe even against God himself. So let's get right into the heart of this incredible story.
You know, at its core, Job's story asks a question that I think we can all connect with. Just imagine, you've lost your kids, your home, your health, and all your friends are telling you, you must have done something to deserve this. You feel totally alone, like even God has turned his back on you. What do you do? How do you even begin to defend yourself? That's the real human drama we're jumping into.
So this final round of debate kicks off, well, not with a bang, but with a bit of a whimper, really. Job's friend, Bildad, gets up to give one last, very short speech. You can think of it as the final weak argument from the prosecution, right before Job gets up to deliver the defense of a lifetime.
And that's it. That's Bildad's entire argument. It's short and it is brutal. He basically says that next to God's cosmic perfection, any human being is as worthless as a maggot or a worm. The message to Job is crystal clear. Who are you to question God? Who are you to claim you're a good person? Just shut up and accept your fate because you have no right to complain.
Job's response to this is, well, it's anything but simple. He opens with some just searing sarcasm. He's like, wow, thanks guys. You've been a huge help to this powerless, broken man with that amazing wisdom. And then he just unleashes his own vision of God, one that is so much bigger, so much more complex and awe-inspiring than anything his friends could ever dream up.
Now here's what's so fascinating. Job doesn't argue against God's power, he does the exact opposite. He describes it on this unbelievable cosmic scale. He talks about God literally hanging the earth on nothing, holding water in the clouds, taming the chaotic sea, and even smiting cosmic sea monsters. Job is showing his friends, you think you know God? You have no idea. My reverence for God's power is deeper than you can imagine. And after painting this incredible cosmic picture, Job brings it all right back down to earth. He gets personal. After showing he understands God's immensity, he turns inward. He feels like God has denied him justice, sure, but he makes this incredibly powerful vow, not to God, but to himself. This, right here, is the line in the sand. Job absolutely, flat out refuses to lie and confess to sins he knows he didn't commit. He's not going to do it just to make the pain stop. He declares that he will hold on to his integrity, his core sense of who he is, until the day he dies. It is a massive, defiant stand for his own personal truth.
Then, from that deeply personal vow, Job pivots. He zooms out and asks one of the biggest questions there is. Where do we actually find true wisdom? And to figure this out, he uses this beautiful, brilliant analogy that everyone at the time would have immediately understood. The hard, dangerous, and skillful work of a miner.
Just think about how powerful this imagery is. Job describes how we humans can go to these dark places deep in the earth, places no bird of prey can even see. We can carve tunnels through solid rock. We can dam up underground rivers, all just to bring these hidden treasures like gold and sapphire into the light. It's an amazing picture of human ingenuity and sheer will.
And this is the entire point of the poem, Job says that for all our incredible skill, for all our ability to find earthly treasure, true wisdom, well, it can't be mined. It can't be bought. You could have all the gold from Ophir, which was like the most valuable gold in the world back then, and it still wouldn't be enough to purchase wisdom. It's just not for sale.
So if you can't dig for it, where do you get it? Job's conclusion is that wisdom comes from one place, and one place only, God. And for us humans, the starting point of wisdom is the fear of the Lord. Now that doesn't mean being terrified. It means living with this deep, profound sense of awe and respect for the Creator. And that posture, Job says, is what helps a person turn away from evil and toward real understanding.
Okay, so this brings us to the grand finale of Job's entire speech. He's defended his integrity, he's defined what true wisdom is, and now he turns away from his friends, looks up to the heavens, and speaks directly to God. He is ready to rest his case and make one last formal demand of the Almighty.
What an incredible moment! This is straight-up legal language. Job is basically signing his testimony, his sworn affidavit, and slamming it on the table. He's demanding that God, who he sees as his accuser, finally produce a written indictment. He's saying, put the charges in writing so I can face them head on.
And to back up this defense, he takes a formal oath of innocence. He runs through this whole list of possible sins, big and small, private and public, and swears he's guiltless of all of them. He covers everything from personal lust and greed to social justice issues, like making sure his farmhands were paid fairly. He is putting his entire life out there, ready for judgment.
And with that, Job rests his case. He's made his powerful, defiant, and deeply moving defense. He falls silent, waiting for the verdict. And it leaves us with this really potent question to think about. If you were in his shoes, if you had to stand trial for your life and defend your own character, what would you say? What would be your defense?